one seminar to the next and looking for the fabled silver bullet. Leadership in churches, as in all organizations, is complex and often defies easy fixes. In addition to the normal concerns, such as balancing order and innovation and achieving proper alignment to the mission, we must factor in the complexity of an institution that is over 2,000 years old, has morphed into 1,000 different shapes, sizes, denominations, and microcultures, and has a theological and spiritually rooted essence. One can easily see why leading a healthy church is such a daunting challenge. Yet it is my contention that the field of OB can provide an important part of the answer. Organizational behavior is a well-developed and theoretically and empirically based set of ideas that have currency in all organizations, even the church. Organizational behavior and the church. At this point, some may protest, but since the church is a spiritual entity, we cannot or should not apply secular business principles or psychology to help us. First, let's deal with the concept of secular business principles in a church context. True, a church is not a business in the traditional sense, that is, an entity created by a human founder to sell a product or service for a profit. We have a spiritual foundation, an eternal mission, and an ever-present founder who promised to always be with us. Matthew chapter 28, verses 19 through 20. Nevertheless, a church has to deal with many of the same issues and challenges faced by other organizations. The primary reason is this: the church is, at the end of the day, made up of people. As well-meaning and God-fearing as Christians may be, people in Christian organizations think, feel, and behave much the same way as people do in any other organization. In a similar vein, consider the secular business principles that most churches incorporate regularly without thinking twice. Insurance, payroll and accounting, legal help, building and facilities, and maintenance are but a few of the aspects of secular business from which churches benefit every day. Imagine a church that contended, "We don't follow any of those secular business principles in our accounting department. We just throw all the money and receipts in a box and let the bean counters deal with it once a year." There is a term for this: malfeasance, the misuse of public trust. Or consider a church building that is not up to city code. How safe would you feel bringing your children into a facility that did not bother with those secular business principles? In a similar way, churches must understand the ideas of OB just as they understand accounting and construction principles in order to avoid neglecting and abusing the very people they claim to serve. To not do so, in my opinion, is leadership malfeasance. Sadly, this happens every day in countless churches across the world as they limp along and struggle to do good. It is the aim of this book to help correct this neglect and to help leaders understand and apply some of the underlying principles of organizational behavior, of which a moderate amount of study can pay priceless dividends for perhaps eternity. This book follows a model I have developed over the years in my teaching, a model that helps categorize organizational phenomena based on 5 different levels. Sometimes we can see organizations as a mysterious and big black box of activity and ideas. My hope is this 5-level model will help you understand how these things fit together and give you a mental model for thinking about the different organizational issues you encounter every day, a schema to help you, as a leader, think through the various issues you face on a regular basis and pinpoint where an issue may lie. While principles may have their place, the field of OB is built on organizational theory. Theories are, in essence, laws that have been demonstrated to be effective in a variety of settings over a period of time with the use of sound research methodologies. Some organizational theories have more time and testing, some are emerging, and some are more conceptual constructs. Nevertheless, organizational theory seeks to utilize underlying principles of psychology, sociology, anthropology, and a variety of social sciences to back up their claims. To the extent to which we can truly predict anything about humans and their behavior, the study of OB can give leaders more confidence in